Hello friends, welcome back to Technique. This is Normal here, and today we'll be talking about the newly launched budget smartwatch from Xiaomi in India, the Redmi Watch 3 Active. So Redmi Watch 3 Active is a budget smartwatch. Now the market is flooded with tons of budget smartwatches, but not a lot of them are accurate in terms of fitness tracking, the stress tracking, the heart rate monitoring, the SpO2. They do give just random values, and they're basically for what measuring time and a few steps, but they're not really accurate. But how good is the Redmi Watch 3 Active in this price segment in terms of accuracy level? That's the most important question, because if you are using a budget smartwatch, you also want to track your fitness and other aspects as well. Now this also comes with Bluetooth calling. Now Redmi Watch was launched last year as well, but that did not come with Bluetooth calling, but now we have the Bluetooth calling as well. So we'll be analyzing all the aspects about the Redmi Watch 3 Active in this video. So before going into the video, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So this is the Redmi Watch 3 Active, and we expect the pricing to be somewhere close to 3000 range. So while reviewing the watch, we are not really sure about the pricing, but expect it to somewhere around the 3000 category. So let's go straight into the our experience. We'll first talk about the box, then the watch, and overall experience. So this is the box packaging. You can see here Redmi Watch 3 Active, Bluetooth calling is mentioned, and here we have some features: 200 watch faces, 100 plus workout modes, up to 12 days of battery life. This is very important because smartwatch battery life is something which is really important. 5 ATM water resistant, and big screen. It's a 1.83 inches screen, and Bluetooth calling, 24/7 heart rate monitoring, and SpO2 measurement is also included. So all the features are mentioned here. So this is the box packaging, and let's now go straight into the watch. So this is the watch, the Redmi Watch 3 Active. So let's first talk about the design and build quality. Now design definitely looks good on this watch. It's a very large display, 1.83 inches display, and you can see here the edges have given a curved finish. The bezels are not so thin, but even it's not so bad either. So it's quite okay for the budget segment, and you can see that the material quality looks pretty good, and it's a glossy finish. The strap also looks very nice actually. It is premium looking TPU material, and the fit and finish definitely looks really good for the budget smartwatch. You can also see that the button here, since this has this mechanism of inserting into this buckle area, initially you might find it a bit difficult to use, but then once you are started wearing it, it's not a major issue. But overall build quality is something which is good. You can also see that the bottom section, the Redmi branding, the sensors, everything looks pretty nice. Now you can also remove the watch strap pretty easily. That's it. And we also got another strap. This is the gray strap which is being loaded. So this color is also there. So this is how the watch looks like. In fact, this is something like a dark green or gray color. You can also use this strap quite easily. So that's the experience with the strap. You can just keep it back pretty easily. So there you go. So that easy it is to remove and keep the strap back. So the build quality is definitely good, and fit and finish looks great. Now next, let's move on to the display. Now you get a large 1.83 inches display. You can see here it's an IPS LCD panel, but even though it's an IPS LCD panel, you can see that the colors are pretty vivid and rich in colors, and the display quality looks good. The touch response is also very smooth. You can see here how smooth the display is. Even the viewing angles are good, and apart from that, you get a 240 by 280 pixel screen resolution, and this has up to 450 nits of peak brightness, and you can adjust the brightness as well. If you go from here, you can actually adjust the brightness as well. So you can adjust the brightness of the display as well. So this is the display quality. Now even if you are using it outdoor, the display quality was pretty good. It's vibrant and crisp, and even the outdoor brightness and visibility was also quite good. So display quality is once again pretty good on this device. Now let's move on to the software experience. Now we have this main screen. If you just swipe from the top, you get this notification. Swipe from the bottom, you have this quick toggles like torch, then you get option to wrist twist to wake, then settings, then you can clear off the speaker water using this option. Then you have this option to turn on the watch display for 5 minutes or more than that. So all these options are there, and if you swipe from here, you can see that the widgets are the support for widgets. You can see heart rate monitoring, sleep tracking, and how your this is going. You can also see the calories burned. Then we have the temperature, then workout modes are also included, and apart from that you also get these options. So widgets are customizable. You can customize this widget, and then you can get the best experience. So these are the options. Now if you press the button, you have this option, so you can again customize this menu. So you can see here there are options, workout modes. So there are plenty of workout modes available, treadmill and more you can go with. Plenty of them are there. In fact, there are I think there are more than 100 workout modes available. Then you get the calories burned, heart rate monitoring, then SpO2 measurement, sleep tracking. You can see all the detailed sleep monitoring here, deep sleep, light sleep, then average heart rate monitoring, 7 days mode. Everything is included here. Then contacts, Bluetooth calling. We'll talk about the Bluetooth calling in a while. Then you get music control, camera shutter button, then additional option setting. You can see here the display options, raise to wake, screen on cover to display, double tap to wake. You can double tap on the display to wake the display. So plenty of options are there. So it's a very good watch in terms of UI experience. It's a very sleek UI, very minimalistic UI, and very sleek as well, extremely responsive in terms of the experience. So that's the UI experience. Now let's talk about the features. The heart rate monitoring is included, the sensor, accelerometer, SpO2 sensor is there, then waterproof level is 5 ATM, then there is also microphone and speaker. This is the speaker. Here you have the microphone and the button to navigate, and apart from that you also get this Bluetooth 5.3 support, Bluetooth low energy, and this is around 41 grams in weight. This watch is pretty lightweight actually, and the thickness is around 10.94 mm. So that's the UI experience. Now the important thing for any watch, apart from showing the time and accepting calls, is the accuracy level in terms of fitness tracking. So if you look at a lot of watches we have reviewed in the budget segment, they're not very accurate actually. Some are like very erratic in terms of data measurement, like steps taken, heart rate monitoring. Some even show actually blood pressure and even ECG, which are kind of not really the real ones. They're just showing some values. But Redmi Watch 3 Active is one thing which we really like. The accuracy levels is pretty good actually. For this price segment, this is definitely good. We have been using this for our regular workouts, treadmills, and other workouts, and it was pretty good in terms of accuracy level. Even the heart rate monitoring, SpO2, sleep tracking is very accurate, I would say, because we have been continuously monitoring the wake up time and the sleep time, and you could actually see it is more or less similar. So the accuracy levels on the Redmi Watch 3 Active is definitely good. So if you're looking for a budget smartphone which does not only have the features but also accuracy levels, then the Redmi Watch 3 is definitely one of those watches to consider. Now apart from that, you also get this 24-hour heart rate monitoring, then female menstrual tracking is also there, so you can monitor your menstrual cycle as well. So those options are also included. Now talking about the battery life, now this watch is approximately slated for 12 days of battery life. That is kind of mixed usage. I mean, you're not really into heavy workouts. The casual usage, you get up to 12 days of battery life. For probably I would say around 10 to 11 days is practically possible if you are not using too much of GPS usage and workouts. But with the heavy usage, you can get up to 8 days is what company claims. So I would say around a week of battery life should be possible even with heavy usage. That's pretty good actually. Now one thing what we missed is there is no GPS on this watch, but you can use the watch connected to the smartphone for GPS, and the GPS positioning which is acquired from the smartphone is pretty good. So it does very well in terms of GPS tracking with the smartwatch, smartphone, and the battery drain while the GPS usage is also quite low. That's pretty good. So in terms of battery life, I would say it is quite good. If you are heavy usage, you can still get a week of battery life, and if you are into casual usage, not much into workouts and other GPS options or other outdoor workouts or outdoor running, you can get almost close to 9 to 10 days of battery life, which is pretty good for a budget smartwatch. Now you also get an app on this watch, the Xiaomi Wear app. So we'll just show you that watch, that app as well, because for any watch the app is also something which is pretty much needed. So we'll just show you that as well. So this is the Mi Fitness app. You can see here I just paired it with the smartwatch, and you can see here all the data, and you can see a sleep tracking, heart rate monitoring, the steps taken, the calories, then you can see here standing time, blood oxygen level, and the stress monitoring. You can also see that the personal activity index, energy levels. Then you can see here workout modes, the distance travel. Then you can see that the battery. Then you can see there are plenty of watch faces available. You can see that you can customize with plenty of them. Are there more than 200 plus watch faces are there. There are different categories, something which is pretty good. You can see here, pick the category, mechanical, formal. So there are plenty of options available to choose the category. So that makes it even more interesting in terms of the experience. You can customize the watch as well, and you also get option to here you can see here incoming call alerts, heart rate. You can set all the details. You can customize the widgets if you want. You can add more widgets here, that is also included, and sleep mode and all those things. You can also set a pin for this, and firmware updates and stuffs like that. So the app is also pretty good in terms of experience. Now one of the important things many of you might be looking forward is the Bluetooth connectivity and Bluetooth calling. There are a lot of people who accept call using the watch, and this has Bluetooth calling. So we have been using this Bluetooth calling for quite some time on this watch. In fact, we accepted like 5-6 calls minimum on this watch, and what we felt was while the clarity of the sound is pretty good, the loudness of the speaker was kind of, I would say, average. It's not a very loud thing, but then my voice was pretty much audible, and we didn't see any sort of issues for the caller hearing my voice when I'm speaking like this. So that is pretty good. But then the speaker output for me was slightly on the lower side, I would say, especially if you are in a crowded area. You might find it difficult to accept calls, but if you're sitting in office or if sitting at home, you can easily accept the calls because the speaker should be okay. But if you're in a crowded area, the speaker output is slightly on the lower side. In fact, the sound volume, even when the maximum sound, is slightly on the lower side. But otherwise the Bluetooth calling is effortless. Now we'll just show you how the Bluetooth calling works. So we'll just make a call and we'll show you how it works. So you can see here, the sound output from the speaker is not that great. So the vibration is very good actually on this watch. The vibration is pretty good, and the sound of the speaker is not that impressive, but then okay, I would say. Again, as I said before, you can see here, this is the speaker. Now we'll just make a call and show you the speaker output. We'll try dialing some number.
ബെസ്റ്റ് ഓഫേഴ്സിനെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള വിവരങ്ങൾക്ക് ഒന്നമർത്തുക. റാങ്ക് ഓഫേഴ്സിനെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള വിവരങ്ങൾക്ക് രണ്ടമർത്തുക. ഡിജിറ്റൽ ആപ്സിനായി 9 അമർത്തുക.
So right now you could see that the speaker sound while making a call, but again this is kind of studio setup, so there are no disturbances. So in that kind of setup you will get pretty good sound experience, but in a crowded area you might not get the best experience. That's the only thing we feel there should be an improvement, but otherwise it's a very solid watch in terms of performance. The Redmi Watch 3 Active is a very good watch if you're looking for a watch which has pretty good accuracy levels, good battery life, good display, then styling is good. There are plenty of customizable options, and Bluetooth calling as well. Then this should be in your list because the Redmi Watch 3 Active is a very accurate watch. The Redmi Watch 3 Active is priced 299. That's an excellent pricing for what it offers. It ticks all the right boxes in terms of features, the accuracy levels, and overall it's a really great budget smartwatch which doesn't compromise except for the speaker performance. It's a really good deal out there. So if you're looking for a budget smartwatch below the 3000 or even the 4000 price segment, we highly recommend the Redmi Watch 3 Active. So that's my experience with the Redmi Watch 3 Active. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.